most of you guys have a concern of building your own skincare routine. Many people look upon to their favorite influencers or their relatives who have a similar kind of skin type or skin concern, and they exactly copy that skincare routine. Sometimes it does really work, but most of the times, because we are all not made equally, our skincare differs person by person. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can effectively build a skincare routine according to your skin type, skin problems, skin concerns, and hopefully after watching this video, you guys will be sorted on how you should actually build a skincare routine according to your skin. Hey guys, so if you are watching this face for the very first time, hi, I'm Moitri Haldar. I do make a lot of beauty related content mixed with a couple of contents that I really like. So if you are into that genre, then do consider subscribing and hitting on that bell notification to get notified every time I upload. Also, do not forget to follow me in my social media accounts where you get to be a part of what goes into my videos such as this one, including my Instagram where I do a couple of live sessions to answer back to all of your skincare concerns. Going on to how you should effectively build your skincare routine, the first and the most important step is to determine what your skin type is. Now, determining your skin type is not exactly easy and not exactly hard. Now, this is a trick that I used to do when I didn't know what my skin type was. I used to take a product which was supposed to be for normal skin type. So you are starting off with a base which is basically neutral, and you apply that product, for example, a face wash which is meant for normal skin. If you apply that face wash and rinse it off, pat it dry, if your face feels normal, then you have a normal skin type. If your face feels slightly oily and greasy after that 1 hour mark, or even immediately after wash, you might be from an oilier skin type. If your skin feels slightly dry and stretchy, you might be from a drier skin type. And if you face best of the both worlds, so for example, your T-zone feels a little bit of oily and the other parts of your face feels a little bit dry, then you fall under combination skin type genre, which is exactly mine. So now that you figured out what your skin type is, just make sure what kind of skin goals that you want to achieve. So for example, some people want to fight off their acne, dark marks, pigmentation, aging, sunspots, etc. and etc. According to that, you should choose your skincare product. I will guide you through each and every step of any type of skincare routine, starting with the first step, which is cleansing. Now, cleansing for me is the most important step because to start anything good, you need a proper base. Now, in choosing any kind of cleansers, you might want to take a look on the surfactants they use. So for example, SLS is known to be a culprit for like stretching and drying out your skin, can potentially work for oily skin people. I will give you an example of a well formulated SLS based product. This is from Face Shop and this is their rice water based foaming face wash. It is meant for normal skin, but my combination skin loves it. It doesn't stretches my skin or makes my skin itchy. I have seen this face wash working for both oily skin type, normal skin type, combination skin type, and also drier skin type. So you need to determine what kind of face wash finish you guys like. Some people do like a foaming face wash feel. So if you are in the same category, just make sure you look for mild surfactants or a well formulated product like this. Or if you are a sort of person who doesn't like a lot of foaming face washes but still want that cleansing feeling, you can go for gel based face washes. Gel based face washes come in a middle ground of both not being severely like creamy and oily but not exactly giving you a foaming finish. So a gel based face wash such as the simple one is a great choice. You can also try this one from Earth Rhythm. This is very hydrating kind of a face wash, and if you want a face wash which is suitable for the AM time, because most of us do not need a foaming face wash in the AM time, this is a perfect choice. Now if your skin feels really stretchy and dry and all you want is a mild cream based cleanser, Cleanse Me got you covered. This is the most effective creamy cleanser that I have ever used. It is also very affordable. You can get a big one, small one, depending on your choices. The surfactants used in this one are very mild. It also has allantoin. Amazing. Now, if you are a sort of person who faces a lot of congestion, then an exfoliating face wash is something that you should go for. Now, exfoliating face wash recommendation I have for you is the Daughter Earth one, but you can also use the Requel one, which is, I think it has fragrance, but this one is fragrance free. So depending on your concern, you can choose a face wash which suits your skincare needs. Now, double cleansing is a step that I again want to mention should be done by any of the skincare genres, even if you are from oily skin to a very very dry skin. Now double cleansing can be done by a micellar water, a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. Now micellar water recommendation I have for you is either the Garnier or the Bioderma. You can choose any of them and both of them works amazing. For cleansing balm, a fragrance free option that I have for you is from Earth Rhythm. But if you do not mind fragrance in your wash off products, the cleansing balm recommendation and the most cheapest cleansing balm recommendation I have for you is from Plum. It suits my skin, it suits the most oiliest skin type person also, because it doesn't leave any kind of film, it doesn't stink my eyes. So if you are in a hunt of a good cleansing balm, the Plum one is one of my favorites. Coming on to the next step, which is toners. Now toners can be used by both the oily, normal combination and dry skin people, and dehydrated skin persons will really like toners because toners give you that impact of hydration that you really need. Now depending on your skin type or skin concern, an oily skin person who do not like a lot of hydration might want to go for a rose toner, because rose toner gives you a very nice and refreshing feeling, especially in the summers. If you store it in the fridge, oh my god, it gives the boost of like that freshness whenever you come home, and it also reduces that inflammation that you have when you are coming from a hot and humid climate such as the harsh summer days. You can choose basically any type of rose water, or just go for like a steam distilled one just to be in a safe place, because most of the cheaper rose waters has a lot of powerful rose fragrance and that can sometimes irritate your skin. The most affordable and cheapest one that worked for me, I found out, that is from Glow Theory. It comes in a 200 ml bottle for 200 rupees, which is very affordable. If you are from a severely drier skin type, I will suggest the Muji light toning water in high moisture. This one just gives you the boost of hydration. Even if you face a lot of dehydration, especially in the summers, this is an amazing toner. It is also very affordable. If you are a combination skin like mine, or if you want a product that has the most unique structure or the most unique feeling to it, this is the Snail 96 Mucin from Cosrx. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I have done the complete review of this particular product. You can check it in my channel. But yeah, this one also helps with a little bit of scarring that you have for your acne. If you use it for a prolonged period of time like me, I'm using this product for more than 6 years now, and it is one of the best products I have used. Now, just like exfoliating cleanser, there are exfoliating toners, and there are a lot of exfoliating toners. If you are an intermediate and you want an exfoliation toner, or if you are a beginner and you want something that will get you in the bandwagon of starting your chemical exfoliation journey, then you might want to check out this PHA. This is the most affordable chemical exfoliation toner that really works. It also has biotics, so it is really good for like those inflammation that you get. You can check my reviews on a particular product that I'm mentioning. I do have a lot of them, so you can check my review playlist and you can check how you should effectively use a particular product. But a product like an exfoliating toner is something that really helps with the congestion. If you face a lot of comedones, milia, exfoliating toners are your way to go. Plus, they also provide a boost of hydration. Now, I really wanted to mention this toner or essence is not an essential step. Many people say that, but for me, I really feel if you are anything like me and you love being under AC, AC makes your skin super dehydrated, and for that, I love my toners. But you can obviously skip it. Coming on to the most important part, which is treatment. Now, this particular step you need to be very cautious of, because these are the products you need to use or need to choose depending on your skin concerns and what kind of skin goals you want to achieve. There are a lot of actives available in the market. I know it can be pretty daunting, so you might want to check my actives and skincare playlist, which I go much deeper into a certain kind of actives such as hyaluronic acid, retinol, niacinamide, and vitamin C. I will link the complete playlist in the bottom box below. You can also check my Skincare Done Right series, where I go into simple steps of skincare such as cleansing, toning, exfoliation, moisturizing, and even toning in much more detailed ways, so you get a much more insight. So even if you are confused after watching this video, you can go ahead and check that playlist. So coming on to the treatment section, if the first skin type that comes in my mind whenever I see the word treatment is for acne prone skin. Now, for acne prone skin, the most common active is salicylic acid, but apart from salicylic acid, you can invest in a good niacinamide serums. I have used both the minimalist one. I feel like the 5% niacinamide works for like a maintenance kind of a serum, while 10% works on a severely cystic acne and even if you have a lot of acne prone skin problems. So both of these are amazing. You can also try the niacinamide serums from any brand. My favorites are from Minimalist and Via Naturals. Both of them are amazing. While Minimalist one is a little bit thicker, Via Natural can be more suited to an oily, acne-prone skin type person. Apart from niacinamide, there are acids like tranexamic acid and also azelaic acid. Azelaic acid works amazing for that small pesky breakout that you usually get. This azelaic acid from Deconstruct Skincare is the most affordable one. It comes, I think, for a price range of about 399 rupees per 15 ml, which is amazing. Now coming to the next most skincare concern that people have, that is hyperpigmentation. For hyperpigmentation, what you want to make sure that you do not irritate your skin that much, and also using the right type of actives. For hyperpigmentation, I feel that antioxidant works the best. So my antioxidant recommendation will be, of course, my favorite vitamin C, which is from Minimalist, but you can also try Clear's one, which has ascorbic acid rather than a derivative such as this one. If you are looking for a more faster result, Clear's one is for you. But if you want a milder sort of a vitamin C that doesn't heat up your skin, and yes, vitamin C has a tendency to do that, this one from Minimalist has a base of centella water, so it will suit the most sensitive skin type persons out there. Niacinamide also helps with the hyperpigmentation and other gazillion skin problems that you might have. So if you are in a hunt of like one serum that does all, niacinamide is for you. But if you want like a so-called skin lightening product, I don't think this is a skin lightening, but I'm going to mention skin lightening as many of the beauty influencers are telling this product as a skin lightening agent, because to a certain extent it can be true, but it basically blocks your melanin. So if you want something like a fast result kind of a thing, alpha arbutin is for you. Now if you are scared about using alpha arbutin for a prolonged period of time, you might want to consult a dermat, but there are not a lot of studies regarding whether it is harmful to be used for a certain extent of time. Kojic acid has a study on that. Technically, you should not be using kojic acid for a span of more than 6 months, but alpha arbutin doesn't say that. Alpha arbutin I find very good in spot treating some of the pesky scars or pesky acne marks that you have. So if you want a solution for that, alpha arbutin is for you. If your skin faces a lot of dehydration, you can go for hyaluronic acid based products. I do have 2 recommendations for you guys, but you can choose countless products that does has hyaluronic acid in it. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant. You can choose any other humectants. Humectants does helps in a lot of dehydration skin problems. So the product recommendation I have for you are both again from Minimalist. This hyaluronic acid 2% gives you a nice sort of a glow. If you want that dewy kind of a finish, this serum does gives you that with that sort of hydration it comes with. Also, if you are a teenager and do not have like a lot of money to spare, this serum will do all of it for you. It has niacinamide 5% with hyaluronic acid, so you are getting the best of the both worlds. Coming finally to anti-aging, retinols are your best friend whenever something like aging comes into the picture. But not only retinol, peptides and hyaluronic acid can also help in your anti-aging game. And also a surprisingly bonus mention, which is Q10. Q10 is present in a lot of anti-aging products, but my recommendation is the retinoid 2% from Minimalist. You can also try the Olay retinol range. That is an amazing option, but if you are looking for an affordable one, this one is for you. Retinol helps in a lot of different ways for your acne pigmentation, for your anti-aging, and this one just helps me a lot. Retinol is not for everyone, but if you want to use the gold standard of anti-aging, retinoid or retinol or retinoic acid are your best options. And if you are from a normal skin type, you can pretty much choose any kind of serum available in the market. If you want a little bit of hydration, you can choose the dehydration serums that I mentioned. But if you want to choose a little bit more luxurious serums, I will say like go for the Innisfree green tea one, which is amazing, and also the Sulwhasoo one, my favorite serum. But I really used to like this serum a lot, but recently when I tried it, I get a little bit of like reaction with it. But after a certain days when I retried it, it suited me perfectly. So I think it is a perfect choice. It is one of the best sellers that the Sulwhasoo have, and also Sulwhasoo is one of my favorite luxurious brand to invest on. And most of the treatments can also be used as spot corrector. Now these were all the treatments, and these are not all the treatments that are present in the market. You can research on your particular skin concern and see what kind of actives that goes really well with you. And I am going to do a complete series of like products products for acne prone skin, oily skin, combination skin. I will do a series like that, so stay tuned for those videos. Now coming on to the most neglected step of especially oily skin people is moisturizing. Now moisturizing is the most important step because everything that you put under it, moisturizer just a barrier which protects your skin from all the environmental thingies. Now the most trickiest part of any skincare routine is choosing a moisturizer. So I do have some recommendation which I tested on a bunch of different skin types. So for example, oily skin people fear of moisturizer. They think that moisturizer makes them feel heavy, and in turn what they do, they use aloe vera gel as moisturizer, which is not wrong, but you do not have enough emollients to lock on all that moisture, and that can sometimes dehydrate your skin. So choose a moisturizer accordingly. For oily skin people, I think that you should go with a product such as these. This is a serum, has a very emollient base, so you can use this as a moisturizer and a serum, or you can go for gel based moisturizers such as this Earth Rhythm one, or Sebamed has an amazing moisturizer which is called as face gel. You can check that out, amazing, 100% recommend that. If you are not into Sebamed or any other types of brands which are a little bit expensive, you can go for this simple one which is like this liquid light moisturizer. That one also works great for severely oily skin type person, so you have a lot of options. Muji moisturizer, the Muji lotion is really amazing for oily skin people. It has a very nice emollient yet very light texture, so it will suit the most of the oiliest skin people out there in terms of choosing your perfect moisturizer. For combination skin, I will say that go for two different moisturizer. It is over the top, but it is what helps the most for combination skin, because we have two types of skin concern that we deal with, which is oily T-zone and dryness on the rest of the face. I go for the simple one, which is a balanced kind of a moisturizer. It gives me enough moisturization and enough hydration. That is why I love this moisturizer so much. It is meant for, I will say, normal to a slightly oily to mostly combination skin type person. Dry skin people will feel that this is not enough for them. But yeah, this is also very affordable. I think it comes under the price range of 300 rupees, I believe, but this is the most amazing moisturizer that I've ever used. If you come from a normal skin type person, simple one will suit you best, or you can try the Earth Rhythm moisturizer. They do have a lot of different moisturizer. My favorite one is the Ceramide one, which is amazing. But for normal too, I will say a little bit of drier skin type, this moisturizer that I have for you is from Avene. It is amazing. It is so nice, and on some days if I feel a little bit dry on certain part of my face, I do have this moisturizer to take care of, and this moisturizer just suits me perfectly. If you have the most driest of the skin concern, facial oils and a rich balm type of moisturizer is something that you go for. Facial oil recommendation that I think will work for most of the skin type is Squalane and Rosehip. Rosehip has a little bit of a dry skin texture, while Squalane has a little bit more of an emollient feel. So Squalane is for people who have a little bit of normal to dry skin, and Rosehip is for people who have like normal to oily skin, if I need to segregate that. But these two facial oils are very beginner kind of a facial oil and can be used by anyone. Now coming to a balm type of moisturizer, which I feel is the most affordable and yet a fragrance free and my love, which is from Bioderma. This is, I think, their Atoderm balm, and this is one of the luxurious, the balmy and most like nourishing kind of a moisturizer that I have ever used. It also doesn't pills, because most of the balmy kind of a moisturizer does have the tendency to pill. It doesn't pills, it just gives you a nice glowy finish. I always use that balm moisturizer in the winter months on certain part of my face which does faces a little bit of dryness, but for dry skin people, that moisturizer is a blessing. Moisturizers also tends to do have a little bit of actives in them. So for example, niacinamide is predominant in many of the moisturizers, and also peptide. A peptide moisturizer recommendation I have for you is from Via Naturals. It is an amazing moisturizer for normal to combination skin type person. I really like it, but the most bummer part of this particular product is the pump. On most days it works, and on certain days it doesn't. It has a mind of its own. Choosing a moisturizer is tricky, but if you follow the ingredient list and follow what kind of emollient it has, see the texture it has in some form of videos, you will be good to go. Now coming on to the most important step. Cleanser is important, but this one is the most important step, which is, if you have guessed it, sunscreen. Now, choosing a sunscreen depends on your personal preference. There is no such thing as black and white in skincare, so as mineral and chemical sunscreen. Mineral sunscreen or physical sunscreen is not that natural. Those are also treated chemicals. So yeah, I have a lot of recommendation in terms of physical as well as chemical sunscreen depending on your skin type. So if you have a lot of oily skin problem, or even if you are from a normal skin who doesn't like that feel of sunscreen, I will suggest these two sunscreen. This is a fragrance free, this is fragrance, but this is my favorite one. This one is from Requel Sheer Zinc Tinted Sunscreen. It is meant for like extreme oily skin people. It doesn't gives your skin like that oily finish. It does feels a little bit heavy, but after that 10-minute mark, heaviness does tones down, so I really like this one. And the second one is from Requel, the Ultra Matte Dry Touch Sunscreen Gel, my favorite. It feels so light. Even if you are from a drier skin type, this will suit you because it doesn't dries your skin out and also doesn't make your skin oily, which is a fantastic property. Searching for an affordable sunscreen, I do have two recommendations for you. First of all is the Lactocalamine one, and then the Blessing Tree one. Both are chemical sunscreen, but yeah, in the affordable skincare category, most of it is chemical sunscreen. This one does has a very lotiony texture, while this one has a little bit of creamy texture. You can see my affordable sunscreen wars to check how the sunscreen perform, what are the texture in the bottom box below. And my favorite sunscreen of all skin types, I will say gravitating a little bit towards normal to dry skin type, is the Bello Photo Stable one. It is affordable, it is effective, it is also in vitro tested, so you are getting the claimed SPF. The only people that it doesn't work on is a lot of oily skin type persons, but yeah, most of the skin genres are pretty much good to go. It is chemical based sunscreen. And lastly, the physical sunscreen that everybody is talking about is the La Shield Physico. That is an amazing sunscreen. It is also not meant for super oily skin, but most of the skin types are really good to go with that. It has a little bit of white cast, but it does goes away if you blend it nicely. Now that we know the basics of skincare, couple of different other steps that you might want to include and you might want to invest and you want a little bit of guidance on is, I'm sure, sleeping mask. Now, sleeping masks were a lot of rage when the Korean step came through, and sleeping masks are best suited to dry and dehydrated skin person, but oily skin people easily can use sleeping masks. I do not have a lot of sleeping mask recommendation, but an Indian brand that does most of the products wrong and only the sleeping mask right is from Dot & Key. Now, Dot & Key products can work for you guys, but most of them didn't work for me. But sleeping masks, I feel, are the most like bang for your buck for the product they are charging for, especially this AHA one. This is my second bottle and I do really like it. This is that AHA exfoliating mask. This is not a beginner mask. I have done a complete review of why it is not a beginner mask. The sleeping mask is something that will give you an extra bit of like added protection and protect you from that transhabitable water loss which happens in the night time. So for example, an exfoliating one will give you a little bit of exfoliation if you need it, or also it has stuff like vitamin C and other stuff, but mostly they do give a little bit more of hydration. You can try the Cosrx one. Those are one of my favorite sleeping mask of all time. You can also try other different sleeping masks from Innisfree. I think Face Shop has it, and even like many other Korean brand does carry sleeping mask, so you can choose any one according to your skin type. Now, if you are a fan of K-beauty, sheet mask is a predominant thing, but I feel sheet mask is a little bit more wasteful and it's not something that I absolutely need. But on those days when you feel a little bit special, you might want to go for a sheet mask. Now, sheet masks are available in a different price ranges, and depending on the quality of the sheet they are using, if it is a cellulose, if it is a biocellulose, or if it is a cotton, it heavily depends on the price range. The biocellulose is the most environmental friendly and also your skin friendly because it gives the minimal amount of irritation, but I feel that cotton masks are not that bad, and the best cotton mask I have felt that worked for me and will work for the most sensitive skin genres are from Dear Packer. Now, I do feel that most of this 100 rupees sheet mask, most of them irritate my skin. These ones from Dear Pack, especially the ones that they use in this kind of packaging, this sheet mask quality is much superior to any of the 100 rupees mask that you want to get. So just like quick TMI if you ever want to include a sheet mask in your routine. And to be honest, most of the sheet mask does only one job, is to promote you hydration, not anti-aging, not something that will give you a glow. It just gives you a lot of hydration so you have a sense of glow. Now, coming to the last skincare things that I think it's a little bit miscellaneous, but if you are a skincare junkie, you might want to include it in your skincare routine. The first one is a facial razor and the second one are acne patches. Acne patches is something that helped me a lot, and it will help you a lot if you face a lot of PIH and PIE. Just put it on an active acne and it will protect that acne from all the environmental damage. If you have a lot of cystic acne, you might want to follow this 3 acne patch routine that I always follow. When you have an active acne, just put it on there. When you pull it out, the gunk usually just comes out. After that, just clean that area with a cotton swab or anything and then put again an acne patch. Then after, when you pull off, a little bit of gunk will come out, but you will see your acne healing a little bit more quicker. Then you might want to put any kind of treatment there, and then you might want to seal off that last acne patch, and that is how you can potentially like cure your PIH to a certain extent, and that is the rule that I always follow. And acne patches, I feel like most of them are equal hydrocolloid patches. Look for the Urban Yog one or this Priveda one or the Cosrx, the gold standard one. You can pretty much choose anyone. All are same. And lastly, for facial razors, the facial razors are a huge trend, especially for TikTok, obviously. And for a fun fact, I have never installed TikTok. Yeah, I'm backward like that, but I don't like TikTok. Anyway, facial razor recommendation I have for you is from Bombay Shaving Company. I love this brand and it is not sponsored, neither a PR, but I really like this because of the environmental purpose. Most of the facial razor are made entirely of plastic, but this one does has like 80% wheat straw, so it is much more environmental safe. Facial shaving is not a bad thing, it is okay, everybody does that. Many people have a taboo that your face hair will grow thicker and they will just, you will have a beard. No, it won't. If you shave your face, your hair just goes sharp and pokier. It doesn't affect the overall quality of your hair. The genetic affected, you can pretty much use any kind of facial razor, but this one was my pick. Hey guys, so that was my video on how you can effectively build a skincare routine. I have a lot of recommendations just because some people ask me, yes, I get what you are trying to say, but tell me the product recommendations. So in this video, I compiled a little bit of information with a little bit of recommendation to get the best of both worlds. So let me know how you think about this video. Like this video if you like my content. Comment down below any kind of queries that you might have regarding building a perfect skincare routine for yourself. Share this video to any of your friends who is confused, want to build up a skincare routine ASAP. And lastly, subscribe to my channel, hit on that bell notification, and I will see you in the next video. So bye bye and take care.